Hello, my wonderful people, viewers and subscribers. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Happy New Day, happy Monday, and a happy new week. It shall be well with all of us in this new week as we continue with our struggle for the emancipation of the people from the old eastern region called the Biafrans. Well, I don't want to take much of our time. I would like us to just go straight to the reason why we are here. IPOB-9JA and DOS calls out the Brgie government and also Simon Ekpa once again. As they have warned, they said they are fighting to destroy that movement, and that is what they are doing. So they are they are always everywhere, both online and offline, saying things that don't even relate to where we are going. This struggle for the emancipation of the Biafran people is not one man's job alone. Do your own part, let me do my own part. That is what it is being called struggle. It is not one person's struggle. It is not Simon Ekpa's struggle. Neither is it a DOS struggle. So I don't see the reason why they will keep on fighting each other as if they are doing it for their own personal interest. I don't understand. Because all these kind of things make me to get confused sometimes. That the people whom other young or youth Biafrans are looking onto are now doing like chameleons, saboteurs. I mean, being a green snake like under the green grass, playing the struggle as if they are playing politics. If you people believe that you are fighting for the Biafrans and you want the Biafra to get their independence, then why fighting one another? Why you know that this struggle is not for one person alone? DOS cannot do it alone. Simon Ekpa cannot do it alone. Then why all this quarrel every now and then? Anyway, I'm not going to hear what they talk now. I don't want to talk too much. Why IPOB and ESN is being targeted by the Nigerian army and their man proxy in Finland. That is, they're talking about Simon Ekpa. And remember, they have vowed that they must destroy BG. Because now, according to them, they say BG now wearing Hajana Gare. I don't know which kind of Gare be that, but whichever way it is, we move. And in other development, Davido would visit African shrine with 100 guys, drink without paying. Seun Kuti laments. Newly elected local government chairman removes Wike's name from council building. It happens in Rivers State. Why I'm bringing all this news? Because it have everything to do with where we are going. Because these are the guys who have come out in one way or the other to lambast the Biafrans and to say one not sins or the other against the Biafrans and against their own entity. One is Nyesom Wike. Nyesom Wike says he's not an Igbo. When he been interviewed in whether sister or brother station, Nyesom Wike have been interviewed and he denied his lineage of being an Igbo. But now he don't receive the payment at his own coin. The same people he called his brothers, his allies, are now the one that is betraying him and turning him upside down. If you see Nyesom Wike of 2023 and see Nyesom Wike of 2024, you will know that something is definitely wrong somewhere. Nyesom Wike is dying silently. Nyesom Wike have offended the gods, and the gods is being punishing him. Look at Nyesom Wike of 2024. Now only head you will see, only head and eye. Nyesom Wike is dying silently. That is the payment he received for massacring a number of Biafrans in Obi-Igbo in Port Harcourt. Let us proceed. Igboho finally submit petition for creation of Yoruba Nation to UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer. My people, now here we will start our news. We have no time to waste. Let us jump in to the reason why we are here this morning. Please like, share, comment, and make sure you subscribe. The hassle with which Nigerian armies and its cooperative conventional media or medias rush to pay on indigenous people of Biafra movement and the Eastern Security Network every crime perpetrated by Ekpa and his criminal elements in Southeast. Even when Ekpa openly claims responsibility of these crimes via his official verified X handle, does not surprise any conscious fellow, and we believe it should not surprise anyone either, unless one is ignorant of the game being played by the Nigerian government and its military. Over the past 3 years, Simon Ekpa has claimed to have attacked Nigerian army or Nigerian military checkpoints in different occasions and locations across Southeast and claimed responsibility of them on several intervals during his live broadcast. But you know what? The Nigerian army and media have refused to date to attribute these crimes to him and his goons squarely. Instead, they continue to pin them on IPOB and ESN, irrespective of how IPOB and other independent investigative sources on the ground, such as reports from the human rights organizations, Inter-Society Group, has evidently established that IPOB and ESN have no hands in the insecurity or attacks on the Nigerian military formations in the Southeast. It is popularly said that to kill an innocent dog, it must be given a bad name to justify its slaughter. This is what both Ekpa and his Nigerian sponsors are doing. The Nigerian government have tried in so many ways to present IPOB as a violent movement before the international community, but it has failed precipitously over and over again. Make una say English. They could not match IPOB's versatility and outreach in the international community. IPOB has continued to explain to the global audience with empirical evidence about her non-violent status, approach, and disposition towards Biafra self-determination quest and goal. Before the Nigerian government arrives at any international office, country as the case may be, to submit these blackmailing reports against IPOB or to endorse Benin officials dare to mainstream their spurious narratives. IPOB have already submitted a comprehensive, unbiased report of the corrupt activities, crimes, and lies of Nigerian government to these offices, and further poison them to go on to conduct their own investigations via their own assets on the ground, if any. Obviously, Nigeria have bribed and bought over few officials of some reputable international organizations to help them in their campaign of designating IPOB as a violent organization globally. But it all ended up without any headway being made, as there was no viable pretext or grounds for such, even under the laws of these respective countries or international law. We must recall the National Institute for Peace in USA and Tony Blair Institute, whom passively highlighted or rather aimed at projecting IPOB as a violent movement in 2022. And this was inputted in the annual Global Terrorism Index, which they contributed to. This was the handwork of the Nigerian government and of course, certain elements within the US and United Kingdom's government offices. Though they retract their claims after they could not prove with concrete evidence that IPOB was guilty as charged. Judging from their own biased reports, IPOB on the other hand threatened legal actions if they failed to reclass IPOB from the global terrorism list. They have tried everything and exalted their plans to break the IPOB global family. Her finances are illegal, incarcerated leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, or even lower the ESN tax to confront Fulani terrorists in Biafra land into an unprepared war with the Nigerian armed forces, but to no avail. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has made a mess of Nigerian government even in their own courts. The IPOB family survived the storm and is waxing strong globally. The ESN are seen and acknowledged by all and sundry, including those in the military circles, continues to enhance its tactical capabilities even amid provocations to lure or distract them from their primary assignment of warding off Fulani terrorists from Biafra forest or bushes. So the only viable card left to hold on to is by keeping the agent provocateur alive and kicking, as he would serve as the horse to apparently keep IPOB on their toes and on the defensive, while he wreaks havoc that could compel the members of the Biafran public to develop animosity towards the Biafra struggle due to the criminality and violence it has seemingly brought on them. Besides, should IPOB succeed in achieving Biafra restoration sooner or later, there will always be a need for the imperialist or enemy close neighbors to sponsor a pseudo-opposition that would oppose the Biafra Republic and its eventual leadership. This is why Mr. Ekpa is untouchable, and even the finance government who arrested him in early 2023 for serious crimes, bordering on fraud, etc., all of a sudden stood down and his case file was closed indefinitely till this moment. So anytime you see Nigerian army making accusations in their press statement against IPOB and ESN, be assured that Ekpa and his goons have carried out another scripted operation to keep the propaganda and blackmail momentum level high and afloat. To set the record straight, this latest attack on soldiers in Mbano is a false flag operation to blackmail IPOB as usual. Inasmuch as IPOB and the entire Igbo nation opposes the sinister plot of importing refugees from the north to the east, the violence in Mbano is a false flag operation to blackmail IPOB and to keep the insecurity in Imo State spiking and escalating. IPOB did not claim responsibility for the burning of the site choosing to host these northern refugees, nor the houses of Senator Ibezim. Mr. Ekpa did, and he is not an IPOB member or of ESN member as well. Had these structures not been touched, the result will still be the same. There will be no refugees camp in the southeast. The people in cooperation with IPOB will have made sure of it, and the ongoing ensuing violence, military bombardment, and ransacking of Mbano will not be in the picture as has sadly obtained now. The ultimate aim is to set their IPOB against the people or as being responsible for the violence, just as obtained in the Aba 30th May Biafra Fallen Heroes Remembrance Day incident. To breach the trust, adherence, and listenership, Biafrans have for the directive of IPOB movement, knowing fully well that they would rather not betray nor jeopardize their interests and overall well-being. Thus, we will continue to debunk and expose their lies and educate our people to know and understand who is their enemies and how they operate to make our region unsafe for us, and why there must be a concerted effort to resist and ward off their mechanizations against us as a people. For the Family Writers Press International. According to Seun Kuti, said Davido never pay when he visited their shrine. Afrobeat singer Seun Kuti had recalled how he felt when his colleague Davido failed to invite him to his wedding. He disclosed that he was frustrated after the DMW boss refused to offer him a wedding invitation. Kuti stated this in a recent episode of Curiosity Made Me Ask, hosted by content creator Bao Yu Babie. According to him, he could not sleep for a week after the video snubbed him for his wedding invitees. He explained that it was painful because Davido and his team used to drink free beer at his family's bar. Davido would come to the African shrine with 100 guys and he would drink without paying. But when it was time for his wedding, I didn't get IV. I was pained. I didn't sleep for 1 week, he said. Babangida annulled 1993 election because he and Abiola were fighting over money, Seun Kuti. Meanwhile, Kuti has claimed that the 1993 presidential election was annulled because former head of state Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida, IBB, and MKO Abiola had a fight over money. Abiola has contested the 1993 presidential election under the Social Democratic Party, SDP. While Abiola was the clear favorite to win the election, IBB annulled the poll. Following the annulment, Abiola was arrested and jailed. However, speaking recently via an Instagram live, Kuti claimed that When Yomi Johnson killed Samuel Doe, he ran to Nigeria. Doe was supposed to come to Nigeria then. There were rumors back then that Samuel Doe's money caused a fight between IBB and Abiola. This made the former head of state refuse to give him the presidency. Senkwiti also disclosed that Delegiwa was killed because he was planning to expose a wealthy Nigerian drug dealer. He added it was alleged that Delegiwa was about to expose a big man in Nigeria for selling drugs. The best hard drugs in this Lagos are sold in Ireland. Children of the rich are selling it. What killed Delegiwa then? How many musicians, actors have been caught over their connection to hard drugs before the advent of Yahoo? Many people in this country are compromised in this drug dealing business, according to Shehu Kuti. Newly elected local government chairman Dante Wike, Waka, and Shege don't come out in them from the council secretariat. The newly elected chairman of Obiakpo local government area in Rivers State, Chiji Oke Ihyongwo, has removed the name of the minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, from the administration block of the council secretariat. Okute News record that Ihyongwo and 22 other local government chairpersons elected during the Rivers local council election last Saturday were recently sworn in by the state governor, Siminalaye Fubara. At the end of the poll, the Action People's Congress Party won 22 council seats in the election, while the Action Alliance won 1 local government. However, the All Poverty Congress APC and People's Democratic Party PDP opposed the conduct of the poll. In a post via X on Sunday, Ihyongwo disclosed that Wike's name boldly engraved on the administrative building of the council secretariat has now been replaced with a former politician and activist in the state, the late Obi Wale. The local government chairman has also shared a video of when Wike's name was removed from the blog and replaced with Wale. He wrote, "We have changed Wike's name to the admin blog of Obiakpo Local Government Council and replaced with the name of Senator Dr. Obi Wale. Wike, the immediate past governor of Rivers State, is from Rumokberekom community in Obiakpo local government area of the state and was a former local council chairman." Last but not the least, Sunday Igboho formally submit petition of Yoruba Nation to UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer. Freedom fighter Sunday Adeyemo, popularly known as Sunday Igboho, has submitted a petition to the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, Keir Starmer, to consider the creation of a Yoruba nation. Okute News understand that Igboho submitted the petition on behalf of Professor Adebanji Akintoye, the leader of the Yoruba Nation movement. The movement is seeking the immediate intervention of the UK Prime Minister and his government to the agitation to set up a country that will be predominantly owned by the indigenous Yoruba people. The development was disclosed by Igboho's spokesman, Koiki, via his X page on Sunday. He wrote, at exactly 14:00 hours, Dr. Chief Sunday Adeyemo Igboho delivered a petition to the UK Prime Minister on behalf of Professor Adebanji Akintoye, leader of the Yoruba Nation movement, and Olayomi Koiki, a spokesperson at 10 Downing Street. Igboho has been at the forefront of the agilization of Yoruba Nation. Recall that Akintoye has accused the Nigerian government of trying to cajole Igboho into withdrawing from the agitations. The octogenarian said during the agitators' travails in the Benin Republic, a former chief of staff, Late General Tuku Buratai, retired, had used his influence as an envoy to sneak a paper to Igboho in prison promising him billions of naira if only he would renounce his agitation for a Yoruba nation. He, however, said Igboho refused to sign the paper, which was later taken away by Buratai. So, my good people, now here we go take a break. When I go have us again, when we come back, please like, share, comment, and make sure to keep subscribing to my channel for more interesting videos coming your way. My name is Sidiman Amandia Neze, reporting live from the platform of Okute Daily Talk. And now here we take stop it with it all. And I will hear our voice again because today Being Monday is going to be fire for fire, and everybody must get ready to be listening to all the news. All the news we carry come today. Oh yeah, give me